studying your last two. I swim med when they turned in. The styrene down to mute. And can learn the pole that sunk he died.
One of the biggest misconceptions in owner-manager tax planning is the belief that compensation must be either salary or dividends. In reality, many of the best compensation plans use both. This is what we call a hybrid strategy. At the center of the slide, we see an owner-manager standing at a crossroads. One path represents salary, and the other represents dividends. Many clients assume they must choose one route and ignore the other. The question in the thought bubble captures this perfectly. Do I really have to choose only one? For many owner-managers, the answer is no. On the left side of the slide, we see the strengths of salary. Salary creates CPP participation, generates RRSP contribution room, produces earned income, and often supports mortgage qualification and financing applications. It also provides a stable and predictable income history that can be useful for many personal financial objectives. These are valuable benefits that should not be ignored simply because dividends may appear attractive from a tax perspective. Now look at the right side of the slide. Dividends also offer important advantages. They can provide flexible withdrawals, simpler administration, timing flexibility, and greater retained earnings flexibility within the corporation. In some situations, dividends may also help improve cash flow management and allow the owner to adapt compensation to changing circumstances. Both compensation methods have strengths. The key insight is that those strengths are often complementary rather than competing. That is why the puzzle pieces in the center fit together to create a hybrid strategy. Instead of asking whether salary is better than dividends, experienced advisors ask a different question. How can we combine the strengths of both approaches to achieve the client's objectives? A hybrid strategy allows the owner-manager to benefit from selected salary advantages while also taking advantage of selected dividend benefits. The result is often a more balanced and flexible compensation plan. The process shown at the bottom of the slide summarizes this idea perfectly. Salary benefits combined with dividend benefits can create a hybrid compensation strategy that delivers better overall results than either option alone. The key takeaway is simple. Compensation planning should not be viewed as a salary versus dividend debate. For many owner-managers, the most effective solution is a carefully designed combination of both. The goal is not to prove that one method is superior. The goal is to build the compensation strategy that best supports the client's unique tax, financial, and lifestyle objectives. Now that we understand the benefits of both salary and dividends, the next question becomes, how do we actually use them together? This slide introduces the hybrid strategy toolbox. Think of salary and dividends as different tools in a toolbox. Each tool is designed to solve a different problem. Neither tool is perfect for every situation, and neither tool should automatically be used for every client. The best results often come from selecting the right combination of tools for the specific planning objectives involved. On the left side of the slide, we see the salary tools. Salary can help support mortgage qualification because lenders often prefer documented employment income. Salary also creates earned income, which can be important for childcare deductions and other tax planning opportunities. In addition, salary generates RRSP contribution room and builds CPP participation, helping support retirement planning objectives. Salary also creates a stable income history, which may be useful for financing applications and long-term financial planning. These are all situations where salary performs exceptionally well. Now look at the right side of the slide. These are the dividend tools. Dividends offer flexibility. Owners can often adjust withdrawals based on changing cash flow needs. Dividends can also help maintain retained earnings inside the corporation, provide timing flexibility, reduce payroll administration requirements, and allow additional cash extraction when needed. These are areas where dividends can be extremely effective. The most important visual on this slide is the advisor sitting at the workbench in the center. Notice that the advisor is not choosing only salary or only dividends. Instead, the advisor is building a customized compensation plan by selecting tools from both sides of the toolbox. That is exactly how professional compensation planning should work. Every client has different goals, different tax circumstances, different family needs, and different business objectives. Because of that, every client may require a different combination of salary and dividend tools. The key lesson is simple. Use salary for what salary does best. Use dividends for what dividends do best. And when appropriate, combine them into a hybrid strategy that takes advantage of the strengths of both approaches. The objective is not to find one perfect compensation method. The objective is to build the compensation plan that best supports the client's overall financial, tax, retirement, and business goals. This final slide brings together the practical implementation of the hybrid compensation strategy. By now, we've learned that salary has strengths and dividends have strengths. The next step is understanding how to combine them in a structured way. The process begins at the bottom of the staircase. Step 1 is determining the client's personal lifestyle needs. Before discussing salary, dividends, taxes, or compensation formulas, we must first understand how much cash the client actually requires. This includes housing costs, family expenses, retirement goals, childcare needs, and overall lifestyle expectations. Once those needs are identified, we move to step 2, determining the required salary. This is the portion of compensation that may be needed to achieve specific planning objectives such as CPP participation, RRSP contribution rate, mortgage qualification, earned income requirements, or other personal financial goals. After the salary component has been established, we move to step 3, determining whether additional cash should be extracted through dividends. Dividends can provide flexibility and may help satisfy additional cash flow needs while preserving some of the advantages that come from using salary. The combination of salary and dividends leads to step 4, the optimal compensation mix. This is where the compensation plan becomes customized to the client's circumstances. There is no universal formula. The ideal mix depends on the client's personal goals, family situation, retirement plans, financing needs, corporate profits, and long-term objectives. Finally, step 5 is long-term planning success. When compensation planning is aligned with both personal and corporate objectives, the client is much more likely to achieve sustainable financial success over time. Notice the bridge at the center of the slide. On the left side, we have personal goals such as mortgages, childcare, retirement planning, lifestyle spending, and financial security. On the right side, we have corporate goals such as retained earnings, tax deferral, business growth, investment capital, and financial flexibility. The hybrid strategy acts as the bridge connecting these two worlds. A good compensation plan should not focus exclusively on personal goals or exclusively on corporate goals. It should balance both. That is why experienced advisors ask questions such as, do you need RRSP contribution room? Will you require mortgage financing? Do you want CPP participation? Do you need additional cash beyond salary? Would you benefit from retaining more profits inside the corporation? The answers to these questions help determine the right mix of salary and dividends. The key takeaway is simple. The objective is not salary. The objective is not dividends. The objective is the right combination of both. The best compensation strategy is the one that supports the client's unique personal goals, business objectives, and long-term financial success.